Good morning, everybody. Well, I know this is airing at 7 o'clock on Tuesday night, but right now it's like 7 a.m. Tuesday, and it was just so beautiful outside that I just had to give the lesson out here today. So I'm sitting out on my back patio. The sun is coming around the corner of the house. It's absolutely beautiful out here. But I thought what I wanted to do would be to give you guys some ways to add interest to your Delta blues or your country blues. When you're playing slide, it can get kind of monotonous, and I'm in open D. It really doesn't matter if you're in open D or open G or wherever you are. A lot of these concepts will apply either way, right? So it's D, A, D, F sharp, A, D. This is going to be the first string down here, and that's going to be the sixth string. All right. Now, the first thing I want to talk about with you is ways to use chords to add interest, so if we get this, which sounds great. I mean, I love that. But sometimes it gets a little monotonous, right? Because you're just going the D, and then you're going to the 4 chord, G, and then you're going to go D, and you go to the 5 chord, which is A. So D is open, 12th fret. You can play it with the root at the 5th fret. Okay, G is at the 5th fret. It can be played at the 10th fret. Then A is at the 7th fret. It can be played at the 12th fret. Now, what are some ways, and I've got my dog out here, and he's decided it's time to act like a simpleton and bark, but what are some ways that we can add some chordal interest to what we're doing? One way is in those transition spaces, and that's actually the main way, is in the transition spaces. So like, all right, so what is that? I'm basically climbing up to the G chord. D, E, F sharp, G. All right, so I'm going, just playing, I'm putting my second finger on the 6th string on the 2nd fret, my first finger on the 3rd string at the 1st fret. Everything else can just be open. And then I bring that up to where my second finger's at the 4th fret on the 6th string, and my first finger's at the 3rd fret on the 3rd string. And it's a climb up, and then I can go to the G. Right? And then I can simply use a melodic movement to move back down. So, right? So, what is the melodic movement? It involves some playing behind the slide. So all you're going to do is you're going to have your slide at the 5th fret. You're going to go on the 2nd string, 5, 3 with your first finger, 3rd string at the 5th fret. And then you play 6, 3, and 2 to get out of it. So to go back into the D. So now, there's ways to get to that transition as well. You can So what did I do there? And these are all just ways to take chords that are naturally on the neck, move them around and use them to move around during a nice Delta blues song. Or you can do it with a slow one or a fast one, and you can do it electric or acoustic. All right, so all I did was do like almost like a lap steel move, right? So what am I doing there? I put my first finger on the 4th fret of the 4th string, and I let the slide sit on the 5th fret of strings 2 and 3, and then I just move it down chromatically. 5, 4, 3. And essentially what I've created when I get to the end is an E ninth. And you can do that. You can go. And that's something I use a lot, where I'll go up here to B flat at the 8th fret with the slide. Then I'll play an A minor. And that chord is all you do is you play a regular A at the 7th fret. Then I take my second finger and put it on the 6th fret on the 3rd string. And I get that. And then G, F at the 3rd fret, and then that E shape that I showed you, and then open. All right, so those are ways you can move around chordally. So let me play you a little example using all that. Oh, and by the way, if you get confused at any time, you can get to the tabs over on Patreon for this lesson, and there's 2 ways to get them. One is you just subscribe to the channel, and it's $1 a month. The other is you can buy the entire Little Joe Show collection, and that includes the exclusive stuff for Patreon members, and it will just keep on adding in. You buy it one time, I think it's $26 or something like that. All right. And that's in my shop. Okay, so here, let me play something for you. So you can see I used a lot of those chord movements around, back and forth in between those. Now, let me show you guys a couple of licks that I use that really are licks that I use in my own vocabulary, but they really add to this style of playing, which, by the way, I picked up a lot of these types of ideas, or at least the idea of playing behind the slide, from a guy named Sonny Landreth. And there's a lot of guys out there that do it now. I love the way he does it. And the lick that caught me was that, which sounds fantastic when you get it on a nice single coil guitar with a little bit of grit and some nice delay. And all it is, I give myself my own rhythm, and I'm just doing on the 6th string, bump, ba, bump, ba, bump, ba. All right, and all that is I'm playing strings 4, 3, and 2 at the 12th fret, and I'm taking my first finger and laying it down on string 2 at the 10th fret. And then I'm coming back up. Then I'm taking my first finger and putting it on the 9th fret of the 1st string. of stuff. You can use all this. So let's talk about some ways to move from that higher range down to the G and D. So like you can use that kind of thing. Okay, so let's outline that movement. All right, so we're only going to talk about strings 4, 3, and 2. And it's basically 12. And then on second string, 10 with the first finger, 12 on the third string. And then 10, 9 on the second string with the second finger. And then 10 on the third string. Then we're going to go down to 8. We're on strings 2, 3, and 4, of course. 7, second string. 8, third string. Then we're going to shift and play an A minor. And we're going to go, we have our I usually use my second finger. I put it on the 6th fret. I have the slide at the 7th fret. And I'm going to go second string, 7, 5, and then I'm going to play that 6th fret on the 3rd string, and then A, or G, I'm sorry, G at the 5th fret, F at the 3rd, that E shape, and then open. And this stuff works really well, so little move I use a lot, that ba da 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 da, and all that is we're going to go 2 notes on the 2nd string, 1 note on the 3rd, and we're going to do it behind the slide. It's a good exercise to practice that, is combining the lick that I showed you that's 12, and we're on strings 2, 3, and 4, and then 10, 8, and then the A minor at 7, and then G, F, and then you just go straight. You don't do this, you just go straight in. So, well, and that's a great technique. Like, sit there and get that ba 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 ba. 1, 2, 3, 4. Any kind of movement you can do that gets those triplets going with this. In the first place, it's easy at first to get the triplets going, or it was for me. The second place, it's pretty, you know, and then you can get the the 16th notes, and all I'm doing there is I'm going 2 notes 2nd string, 1 note 3rd string, 1 note 2nd string. So let's start, and then you can apply this to all those other chords. So 12, 10, 12, 12, right? 2nd string, 2nd string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 2nd string. use that as an exercise. You can use it in an exercise, move it around, experiment. That's how I do this. I experiment and come up with different ideas, guys. So listen, if you need the help with the tabs, they are available over on the Patreon, either in the shop or just subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, I'll see you next week. Let this inform your Delta Blues. All right, and I'll see you guys on Friday for a quick click, and you exclusive guys, I'll see you tomorrow for another lesson.